Hi, my name is Jaclyn Kim, and today I'm going to be talking about shifting. I like to teach shifting in 4 easy steps. 1, pinch. 2, release. 3, glide. 4, pinch again. Before I show you how to do that on the violin, I want to talk a little bit about the positions on the violin. When you first learn violin, you learn first position. So let's talk about the A string. In first position, A string, your notes are A, B, C sharp, D, E. Now, to get my hand to second position, I will place my first finger where my second finger normally was in first position. So if you remember, that second finger is C sharp. So now I put my first finger on C sharp. And you can hear that the notes got higher because my hand is higher on the violin. And then if I wanted to play in third position, I would put my first finger where my third finger normally was in first position. Third position. And then if I moved my hand up again another step, that would be fourth position, and then fifth, and then sixth. And then after that, we normally just say we're in high position or we're up high because we stopped counting. When you first learn how to shift, the most common positions you learn from is from first position to third position. That's what we're going to tackle today, and we're going to do it on the A string. So your first finger on A string is B. Your first finger in third position is D. And how we get there is with those 4 easy steps. So pinch, release, glide, pinch. Pinch means play your finger normally. You're going to pinch your string until it touches the fingerboard. When you release, you're going to lift your finger just enough that your string is no longer touching the fingerboard, but your finger is still touching the string. And then you're going to glide, and then you're going to pinch once you get to third position. So in slow motion, this is what it sounds like. Pinch, release, glide, pinch. And then you can do it going backwards. So this is a shift up, shift down. Now it sounds kind of funny right now because we're going super slow and it sounds slippery and slidey, but when you do it in fast motion or in real time, you're not going to hear it nearly as much. And the reason why I use the word glide instead of slide is because it means 2 different things in music. This is what a slide sounds like. Slides can be very beautiful, and sometimes we do slide in music, especially if the piece is very romantic and lush. We'll want to use a slide for some musicality. But generally speaking, when you want to get from one position to another, you want to shift and not slide. When you're practicing shifting, you want to make sure you're thinking about what's leading the shift. Is your finger leading the shift? Is your arm leading? Your wrist? Your thumb? When I'm shifting from first position to third position, it's kind of hard to see what's leading the shift because everything is working together. But if I went from first position to a very high position, I think it's a little bit easier to tell. My arm is leading the shift. My arm is coming around the body, and my thumb is following. So this angle. In from first to third position, my arm is getting closer, my wrist stays straight, and all my fingers are hovering over the string. And my thumb is following my finger. When I'm shifting, I'm usually thinking about the angle of my arm. So first position for me feels about right here. Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, very high position. And then back to first. So first position, the angle of my elbow is the biggest, and up at the top of the fingerboard, my elbow is the smallest. So when you're shifting from first to third or first to fourth, whatever you're practicing, think about the angle of your elbow. How much is it open? How much is it closed? Make sure you're always listening for your intonation when you're practicing your shifting. So from first to third position on the A string, B to D, make sure every time you shift, it's exactly in tune the way you want it. Shifting is all about accuracy. So the more times you can do it in a row correctly, in tune, the better you'll get and the more accurate you'll get with your shifting. I like to play this little game with myself where I try to do a shift 10 times in a row correctly, and if I don't get one correct, then I have to start back at 0. It's kind of a hard game. You might want to start with just like 3 times in a row and then maybe 5 times in a row until you get more comfortable with it. But it's a good little mind trick and game to get you more accurate. My favorite exercises to practice shifting is by a man named Yost, and you can download his shifting exercises on IMSLP, and I'll have that link in the description below. And for his shifting exercises, there's this thing called an auxiliary note, and that's a lot more complicated. It's not a basic shift. So I'll probably do a part 2 video where I'm talking all about auxiliary notes and what they are and how to do them and how to know which auxiliary note is your auxiliary note. But for now, just try to do one finger at a time. So first to third position, again, B to D. And then try to do first to third position with second finger. So that would be C sharp to E. And then third finger, D to F sharp. And then fourth finger, E to G. And I like to shift with all my fingers down. So you pinch all of them, release all of them, glide all of them, and then pinch all of them. But you can practice with just one finger at a time too, whatever's more comfortable for you. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any more questions about shifting, please comment them down below. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next Monday.